The Mayans were an ancient civilization that lived in Central America thousands of years ago. They were known for their impressive cities, their advanced knowledge of astronomy and mathematics, and their incredible predictions about the future. The text described a sky so full of fire that it would have been visible even during the day. According to their calendar, the world as we know it would end on December 21st. They made some incredible predictions about the future, but they also had a good sense of humor. If they were alive today, I have a feeling they'd be making a lot of jokes about 2024, 2012. Now, obviously, that didn't happen. So, how could they be so accurate sometimes and then completely off the mark other times? Well, the answer is that they weren't. You see, the Mayans didn't actually predict the end of the world. What they predicted was the end of a cycle similar to how our calendar has cycles for days, weeks, months, and years. The Mayans had a cycle that ended in 2012, but it didn't mean anything special. It was just a way of keeping track of time. Unfortunately, though, the media got a hold of it and blew it way out of proportion. They started talking about how the Mayans predicted the end of the world and how 2012 was going to be the apocalypse. And let's be honest, that's way more exciting than some boring old calendar. But it also led to a lot of people being scared and paranoid. They thought that the world was actually going to end in 2012, and they started preparing for it. They bought survival gear, they built underground bunkers, and they even stockpiled food and water. Of course, none of that was really necessary because 2012 came and went without a hitch. But some people still believe that the Mayans were right and that the world will end in 2024. So if you want to be prepared, I guess it couldn't hurt to stock up on some canned goods and bottled water, just in case. It also predicted that the comet would bring with it great destruction and death. Of course, everyone thought this was just another crazy prediction by a bunch of superstitious people. Until one day in 2012 when a massive comet actually passed the Earth. It wasn't quite as big as the one described in the Mayan texts, but it was still pretty freaking huge. And to make things even weirder, the comet was named after the Mayan death god, Kukulkan. Coincidence? I think not. But how did they do it? And why should you care? Well, the answer is quite simple. They predicted some pretty crazy stuff, and it happened exactly as they predicted. For example, in 1997, scientists discovered an ancient Mayan text that predicted the arrival of a massive comet. But that's not all they predicted. The Mayans also predicted the end of the world. The Mayans were an advanced civilization with a deep understanding of the world around them. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.